Folks, this is serious. Courtroom has become a battleground, and guess who has just won? Kirk Frost. To hold on, this isn't just some legal papers. It's the last straw for Jasmine, and let's just say that she may want to start packing her bags after months of back and forth, sloppy allegations, and general chaos. Leave me right now. Jasmine's whole world is falling apart. What happens now? Did Kirk just ruin Jasmine's entire life with this one move? That is the actual question. That is Rashida's reaction to this whole drama. Ye are people claiming that there is still more to come. To ready as we explore every shocking, potentially career-ending detail of this most chaotic court case to date. Tis just say that as the judge read the decision, Jasmine's face became pale. After Asmin's careless attack on his home, he is ensuring that she meets the full power of the law. These stakes are quite high because this is a full-fledged legal war, not simply a minor disagreement or reality TV. So, Smythe thought she could infiltrate Kirk's life, wreak havoc, and get away with it. It must have lost sight of the person she was playing with. Tis take a little look back. Frustrated and furious, she committed the most unexpected prank of all. She attacked Kirk's home. Don't mean a few nasty comments or passive-aggressive texts when we say attack. No, according to witnesses, she showed up to Kirk's house like she was ready for combat, pounding on doors and yelling so loudly that she could see Kirk. According to reports, neighbors looked on in shock as she tried to break in, starting a complete spectacle in front of the community as a whole, but without the cameras. Kirk wasted no time in contacting the authorities to ensure that everything was recorded because he knew that the implications would be severe. Furthermore, keep in mind that Kirk had been putting up with Jasmine's drama for years. This wasn't a one-time incident. Rather, it was the tipping point. He was not going to let her ruin his name any longer, and more importantly, he was not going to let her meddle in his family life any longer. At then did he do? Responded with full force, of course, ordered to prevent Jasmine from approaching him or his family. He first filed a restraining order against her. Kirk didn't stop there. He took it a step further and filed a massive lawsuit against her. This is harassment. Kirk is making sure Jasmine is held accountable for all of her actions, including trespassing, damaging property, and even causing emotional anguish. Sources say Kirk was well prepared, so let's talk about the receipts now. Yelling, threats, and desperate attempts to enter are all captured on security footage from that night, which Kirk's legal team is utilizing to build a strong case against her. It's chilly. It's not just hearsay. Critter roof that might completely destroy Jasmine's case in court. If you believe Kirk's lawyers are being reasonable, you should reconsider. They are trying to obtain the harshest penalties they can, and if they are successful, Jasmine might have to deal with some serious consequences. To hold on, what role does Rashida play in this? Because of Kirk's past misdeeds, Rashida has already endured enough drama, as we all know. But this time she is clearly supporting. Rashida's sick of being nice and wants Jasmine out of their lives forever because she is sick of her showing up and causing issues, as well as the headlines, rumors, and shame. However, it gets even crazier since, according to her male insiders, she has been pressuring Kirk to throw herself self-stealth all into this lawsuit and wholeheartedly supports his choice to take legal action. Rashida is rumored to be planning a countersuit against Jasmine. By stating that Kirk is the one pestering her, Jasmine is trying to alter the situation. It even has a set of proof that she is ready to submit in court, according to certain sources. Each true question, though, is whether she has a case or whether this is just another last-ditch effort to be relevant since, let's be honest, James has a knack for causing trouble. Even when everything appears to be quiet, she finds a way to resurrect Kirk's name. A lawsuit isn't just about what occurred that night, it's about everything. The drama, the stress, the turmoil Jasmine brought into his life. And it's all coming to a head because Kirk has had enough of this by now. Kirk is making sure she doesn't get away with it this time. Let's talk about what might really happen if Kirk wins this case. First, Jasmine might be subject to a permanent restraining order that would prohibit her from ever again approaching Kirk, Rashida, or their home, as well as a harsh financial penalty of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in damages. E could even face jail time if the judge is sincere in punishing her. The possible consequences for their son, Kanan. This is about their child now, not just Kirk and Jasmine. Kirk's ability to prove Jasmine's instability and danger could have a big effect on their custody agreement. Kirk might be granted full custody of Kanan and get rid of Jasmine completely. Without a doubt, this lawsuit is just getting started from here, and Kirk's legal team is getting ready for a Jasmine's going to learn that playing with fire has repercussions, and the entire world is watching to see how this battle ends. Smine does something that will leave everyone in disbelief, and I can assure you that you won't want to miss what happens next if you thought that she couldn't make things worse for herself. The court date has been set, the evidence is stacked, and you haven't even heard the worst of it yet. You're not ready for what's going to happen, and Jasmine's drama has reached its peak. Smine made a move so reckless and utterly disorganized that it may have resulted in her death, just when Kirk Frost thought he had the upper hand in this conflict. He's doubling down and playing the victim after that bizarre scene outside Kirk's house following the incident, rather than attempting to clean up the mess she produced. She's still talking, but she's also playing the compassion card as though her life depended on it. And the worst part is that she's taking it personally. Police became involved after she was sued. Blick sources claim that Jasmine has been contacting blogs and media outlets to try to change the story to her advantage by claiming that Kirk has been abusing her and presenting herself as the victim. Kirk's the real bad guy here, according to Jasmine, who is now accusing him of emotionally and psychologically abusing her. E is also implying that she has more secrets about Kirk that she is prepared to share, as if that weren't enough. After all, you already know what happens when a problematic scenario is shared online. Rumors begin to circulate. It's not like people are rushing to defend Kirk, but the fact is that Kirk is not about defending himself. We all remember how this whole problem started in the first place. Kirk had an affair with Jasmine behind Rashida's back. A whole child was born out of it, and it almost wrecked his marriage. Opal are debating whether Kirk is the true villain, and the websites are blowing it up. Let history be rewritten by Jasmine is ensuring that the truth is known, not the opposite, and he has receipts. You may remember, Jasmine Wen was captured on security footage outside his home. Kirk's team is currently preparing to release that video. Kirk will reveal Jasmine's actual victim status if she chooses to play the victim, to mention the legal matters that Kirk's lawyers have been handling. The clock, and from what we've heard, they're attempting to get to Jasmine's weak spot. In order to portray her as wholly mad, they are bringing up all of her prior transgressions. It isn't the first time Jasmine has performed a crazy act, so let's just say they have a ton of stuff to work with. You all recall how she would unexpectedly appear at Rashida's store to try to start a fight, or how? According to what we're hearing, Kirk's team is bringing all of that to the table, and the judge isn't messing around with Jasmine. An attempt to spark conversation, she would post cryptic statements on social media that alluded to various dramas. To mention the time she attempted to act like a wonderful mother, only to have it exposed that she wasn't even seeing Kanan on a regular basis. In addition to the monetary fines, considering the direction this case is taking, she has a very real danger of going to jail, even though she will surely lose a lot of money. Relation to money, let's talk about how Jasmine's financial situation would be negatively affected. You can see, emotional distress and damages are among the primary concerns in Kirk's complaint. Should the judge rule in Kirk's favor? People are saying that this is the real reason Jasmine could be required to pay thousands or even hundreds of thousands in fines, because in contrast to Kirk and Rashida, who have multiple businesses and a steady income, Jasmine has been having financial difficulties and has been attempting to maintain the appearance that she is living a luxurious lifestyle. But in reality, it looks like she is barely making ends meet. ISIS is creating drama, but it's about survival, not just Kirk. E is desperately looking for a method to change the tale because she knows she will lose a lot in this litigation. He's racing to blogs, threatening to expose Kirk, and attempting to win people over to her cause because of this. But let's be honest, who is really buying into it? To this point, Jasmine's past speaks for itself. People aren't buying into Rashida's victimization now that things aren't going her way. His is only making her appear worse, if anything. Furthermore, Rashida is once again being sucked into turmoil that she didn't request. So this whole problem isn't only harming Kirk and Jasmine. O should reconsider your assumption that Rashida will simply stand by and let this woman continue causing mayhem. Here are rumors that Rashida is putting pressure on Kirk to ensure Jasmine is. Rashida is worn out from being shut down legally, financially, and publicly. And it's hard to blame her because Kirk and Rashida have worked hard to make their marriage work again after years of scandal, constant criticism, and public humiliation. Now that they're finally in a stable situation, Jasmine is attempting to ruin everything again, but Kirk is making sure she never gets another chance to ruin his life once more. But the true query is Jasmine actually more attractive than Kirk? Is it feasible that she has something that could hurt Kirk, given her previous conduct, which implies that she is concealing some startling secrets? Or is this just another desperate attempt to remain relevant? Because, let's be honest, Jasmine continues bringing it up. So if she really had something, she would have dropped it by now. It's a clear sign that she's lying when she uses it as leverage. But if, and this is a big if, she does have some dirt on Kirk, things might get much uglier. According to what we're hearing, Kirk's legal team is certain that Jasmine has nothing that might harm Kirk in court, and they're ready to conclude the matter if she tries to bring up unfounded accusations or old stories. What does this mean for Jasmine? The saddest part is that this is only the beginning of her demise because, trust me, what's going to happen next will absolutely destroy her. She's being sued, her finances are in ruins, and the public is against her. You believe that Jasmine was already in a lot of difficulty. Hold on, because what comes next will destroy whatever small amount of Jasmine genuinely thought she could take advantage of the situation by portraying herself as the victim and inciting the public against Kirk after all of the back and forth, the drama, the threats, and the media stunts. She didn't realize Kirk was playing a completely different game since Kirk's legal team was working on it while Jasmine was busy trying to spread her tiny sob tale on blogs. When they eventually showed her the documents, she wasn't ready. Jasmine is currently the target of multiple litigations. Not only did Kirk's team accuse her of trespassing and harassing him, but they went all out, alleging defamation, emotional distress, property damage, and even the possibility of a restraining order that would keep her away from Kirk and his family forever. In short, this is a legal action, and if Jasmine doesn't manage it appropriately, she may end up in a predicament that she can't get out of. Wait, it gets worse because Rashida, she's done being courteous on the street, has been working behind the scenes to make sure Jasmine is shut down entirely while Kirk is addressing things legally. Oh no, Rashida had kept calm for years, and she didn't say anything even when she had every cause to become angry. When Kirk's affair was initially revealed, Rashida made an effort to be the bigger person, despite the fact that Jasmine was still causing issues. However, reports claim that this was the final straw because she is making strong appeals to those who can guarantee that Jasmine will never again be able to work in this field. Jasmine is trying to build a brand with her little side ventures. Since, let's face it, no one in the industry will collaborate with someone who is always causing trouble, getting sued, and embarrassing themselves online, Rashida is making sure that all of that stops. That Jasmine is in a panic. She isn't considering what would happen if Kirk and Rashida did fight back. She is at a loss for what to do, and the legal bills are making her financial condition appear terrible. Aloni are mounting, and she can be required to pay thousands of dollars in damages if she loses in court. Let's face it, Jasmine doesn't have a lot of money. Unlike Kirk and Rashida, who have prosperous businesses, Jasmine has been surviving on her messy drama and social media influence, but now everything is falling apart. Speaking of social media, people are dragging her because she once thought she could use it against Kirk. Yes, that backfired really soon. People stopped feeling sorry for her as soon as the entire tale was made public and instead started pointing out all of her messy past actions, reminding everyone that this isn't the first time she's tried to stir up trouble. And let's face it, Jasmine went too far by showing up to Kirk's house and trying to involve the police. Even people who had previously defended her are now denouncing her, claiming that she played herself. Desperately, police are pushing this catastrophe back into the spotlight. Let's talk about Kirk, who is doing well even if Jasmine's life is collapsing. Since Jasmine seems to be getting worse the less he interacts with her, he has been keeping a low profile, focusing on his enterprises, and letting his legal team handle the rest. In all honesty, this is the best thing he could do, and Kirk is just unwinding. The best thing is that his reputation is really improving as a result of letting her destroy herself. People are starting to realize that maybe Kirk isn't the villain this time. Maybe Jasmine was the one who couldn't let go, and Kirk was just trying to go on. Jasmine may have lost the one thing she really cared about. If that wasn't awful enough, Kirk is now fighting for exclusive custody of their son, Cannon. Indeed, he is formally taking legal action to make sure Jasmine has no influence over their child's life. To be honest, with everything that has happened, he could even succeed because, let's face it, a judge will look at all of this turmoil and decide that Jasmine is the stable, responsible parent. Jasmine will suffer greatly if Kirk prevails because, in spite of all her shortcomings, she always had her relationship with Cannon, and she always used him as leverage as a way to retain Kirk in her life. But she will lose it if she does. Furthermore, rumors have it that some of her pals are betraying her, so this problem isn't only about Kirk and Jasmine. Being surrounded by turmoil all the time wears everyone out, and now that Jasmine is formally in the spotlight, people are rapidly drifting apart. Even those who once, Jasmine, ultimately lost everything. Her reputation was ruined, her finances were struggling, her legal situation was a nightmare, and her relationship with Kirk and Cannon was ruined. Despite her belief that she could control the situation, play the victim, and win. But you're suddenly quieting down because you don't want to be connected to the chaos. That tells you all you need to know, to be honest. The lesson here is that you can occasionally get precisely what you deserve by playing messy games. Jasmine is now discovering the hard way that decisions have repercussions because she thought she was untouchable and could do anything she wanted without facing any repercussions. Because Kirk didn't search for it, she has no one to blame but herself, which could mean that this drama is lost forever. Furthermore, she could lose everything forever if she doesn't find a rapid fix. What are your thoughts? Was that too much for Jasmine? Is this the end of her, or is there any hope she can get past this? This drama isn't finished yet, so please let me know what you think. It will only get messier, so if you thought it was insane, just wait. Is this the final nail in the coffin, or do you believe Jasmine can get past this? Please leave your thoughts in the space provided for comments below, coffin. To ensure you don't miss any developments on this strange problem, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Keep checking back for the latest details. You're going to get tea.